Most people think building a personal brand means spending hours every single day posting on X, posting on LinkedIn, but the truth is the most successful personal brands don't create content, they run successful content systems. If you want your brand to grow without you having to constantly be online, you need a scalable content system that handles everything. I'm talking from the ideation to the optimization, the scheduling, the topics, all of it. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to build the right content systems. See, why you need these content systems is so you don't have to post content manually and brainstorm topics on the fly and react to trends without a plan. This is just a simple recipe for burnout and inconsistency. But if you install the right systems, your personal brand can scale without you being the bottleneck. I've helped over 300 different business owners implement these exact systems that are going to turn your personal brand into a client acquisition and authoritative machine. Today, I'll break down 7 of the essential content systems you need to build your high trust, grow with high quality followers without you having to sacrifice multiple hours a day creating content. I'm talking about if you're doing this yourself, it's 45 minutes on a daily basis. And if you have someone hired, it will take you 45 minutes a week. Let's go ahead and start with content system number 1. It's called the content topic system. See, the big issue here is people run out of ideas or post random content without any strategic direction. What we have internally that I'm going to be handing over to you guys is an idea generation system that pulls content topics from multiple different sources. So you cannot just come in and just write content for the sake of writing content. You need to have an exceptional idea of what you want to talk about, and then you got to present it in a very beautiful way so people can go and resonate with it and nod their head when they're reading your content online. And the way that we come up with these topics is we dedicate 1 day a week to go through all of these individual research methods. The first one is your past experiences. You have case studies, you have lessons, you have frameworks, you have experiences and expertise that other people don't have. You can use those to reflect and come up with content topics around those. Then there's industry trends, my favorite one. And we're going to go into this with an entire system later on in this video, but industry trends is so important. You need to be able to analyze top posts from thought leaders in your space. You're going to go through 5-10 other accounts within your industry that have some sort of affinity audience and see what they're commenting on. Are people all in the space talking about this one creative or this one person's business acquisition or whatever it may be? You are going to be able to give your opinion on it, and that counts as one topic a week. Then there's something that I love, which is called FAQs. If you only use FAQs, your account will completely stagnate, but it's such a great way to fill up the gaps within your content strategy. What I do is I go and identify the frequently asked questions that my perfect prospect has, and I use those to answer as some sort of expertise and authoritative and technical content. And then the final method is competitors. Go through 5 to 7 to 10 of your competitors. See what structures and how creative they are with their content. See what structures they have. See what content topics they're talking about. See the way they're presenting the content. And this will inspire you to come up with new topics. Now, the way you create the topic is a very specific way. You're going to have the topic name. You're going to describe what you're going to be talking about in that topic in a question format, and then what the goal of that post is. So for example, if I go and I see that Elon Musk just tweeted something about the importance of delegation, I will go ahead and I will create a topic about that. The topic name will be importance of delegation. The description is, why is delegation so important? How do you delegate? What are you currently delegating out? And what did you learn from your past failures around delegation? And the goal of this post is an opinionated post. That's the topic structure. I can go ahead and answer that, and I could do that once on a weekly basis to come up with 7 different topics, 7 different posts. It does very well. From there, we're going to talk about hypothesis. Well, it doesn't matter if you come up with a great topic, because if you're not testing it correctly, the topic is just going to keep flopping and you're not improving your account week after week. This system is something we obsess over, and I'm going to walk you through it. Most people are posting blindly. They're hoping something works instead of following a structured approach. So what we need to do is we need to treat content like an experiment. We're going to start with our content hypotheses. For example, stories will drive more engagement than business takes, or this content topic will perform better than this content topic, or this style of content will perform better than this style. And then what our objective is to test it out for a specific number of weeks. So what I do is I test each content style for about 5 to 7 days each, and then I switch over to the B version, and at the end of it, I go ahead and identify which one was the winner. We're measuring based off engagement engagement and conversion, which is an entire different system, which we'll be talking about. And then of course, on a weekly basis, we read through the data and we just iterate on top of it. The key here is systematic testing, so there's no more guessing. Everything's saved on a spreadsheet or a Miro board or in some sort of database, and we're able to improve on it week after week. Now, to jump into system number 3, it's literally about expanding on the hypothesis. It's how to read the data and optimize it. Most people don't know why their account performs well or poorly. We need to set up a content analytics system to identify, are we optimizing for engagement rates or for follower growth or for conversions or for maybe trending topics. We have to identify what the main objective is here. We have our own dashboard, our own database where we could do this for every single individual client, where I can see all of their top performing posts or least performing posts, and it's live updated, and then we can filter by engagement, filter by book calls. We have this down to a T. This is something that you could be manually doing, but this is a weekly optimization process. And if you want our help on how to do this, I've done this for over 300 different operators. I've mastered all these systems. We have them in place working for multi-7, multi-8, and 9-figure entrepreneurs and founders and business owners, and we're helping them scale their personal brands into authorities. If you want my help on that, just click the link in the description and book a call with me, and I'm glad to chat. The next system is how to structure a topic for maximum impact. See, even great ideas are going to fail. It doesn't matter if you have a great topic. If you're not writing the post correctly, then the post will flop entirely. I recorded an entire video about this. There's over 40 different content styles. Like, yes, I can go ahead and come up with a topic, but then I can write it as a short tweet, as a long tweet, as a thread, as an infographic, as an opinion, as an authoritative post, as a story post, as a technical post. The list goes on and on and on and on. There's so many different ways. You need to identify all these different naming conventions, and then your goal is to go ahead and create the perfect structure for this. I have a video I just recorded last week. Just go ahead and check the link in the description. You're going to get access to that video right away. Then you guys can watch my 8 top performing content structures, and you guys can go ahead and implement it for your specific topics as well. The 5th system is keeping up with trending topics. See, the beauty about every platform now is everyone is talking about their opinions related to something that's trending within their industry. If you are only evergreen content, meaning content that does not align with what's happening in the world right now, I promise you, you are going to fall behind. People want to follow you because you are up to date with the news within your industry. The content landscape is constantly changing. What worked 6 months ago is not going to be working today. You need to be able to come up with new topics. You need to be coming up with new content styles and different structures. For example, I had a style that was working so well a year ago on YouTube, which was my Miro videos, but it became competitive. It doesn't do as well anymore. So what I had to do is I had to pivot and go and find a new style that is working better. That's what you need to be doing consistently. So your system over here is pretty simple. You are going to be finding industry leaders and track their best performing content and identify why it's performing well. You can innovate on it or use it as inspiration. The 6th system is designing infographics for maximum engagement. So there's visual content and carousels and infographics. They perform so well, but people do not leverage it properly. Every single person's coming to space and they're writing, but writing gets boring. Writing gets very boring if all you're doing is writing over and over again. If you could simplify the idea into a beautiful image using Canva or Figma as a templated design and keep it minimal, you're gonna have high performing content that is branded to you. Now, if you want to keep up to date with all of these content ideas and all these different content structures, and you want to listen to all the strategies that I have, you can sign up to my newsletter. I will give you literally every single strategy I've created and presented for free on my Miro boards. Just literally click the link in the description, look where it says newsletter, and sign up for that. It's free. But let's go into the final system here, which is scheduling and automation. Most people post manually every single day. It's very inefficient. What you need to be doing is just literally write your content in batches. That's what I'm talking about, day-to-day stuff. One day you're going to be coming up with topics. One day you're going to be answering your questions from those topics. The next day you're going to be writing all the content styles. The next day after that, you can go ahead and schedule it for the next 7 days. So in 45 minutes a day for 4 days, everything is done. Everything is off your list, and you get to move on into the next week and of course focus on your main business. Now, if you're relying on your willpower to grow your personal brand, you're going to burn out. But if you install these 7 content systems, your brand will scale consistently without you having to micromanage every post. Like I said before, I've helped over 300 operators implement these exact systems to build high trust and high revenue brands on X and LinkedIn. If you want my help setting this up for yourself, just click the link below and see how we can work together. Or if you want to implement it yourself, go ahead and sign up for my newsletter and I will teach everything to you. You will just have to do it yourself. But if you want the full done for you experience end to end, you can go ahead and click the link below to book a call with me, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video.